Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated.
Hello and welcome to the channel. So it has been quite a while since I made a video, maybe I don't know, maybe a year. And the main reason for that is well, I think most of you know I got rid of my charger, and as many of you were saying, what am I going to make videos about after I get rid of the charger, because that's mostly what I made videos about. That was a good point, since I didn't really wasn't really making a lot of videos at the time, and mostly everybody was hating anyway. I just said, I figure I won't make videos anyway. But since then, a lot of people have messaged me and said, hey, you should start making some videos, make some Tesla content. We just want to see some content. So I figured I would make a couple videos answering some basic Tesla questions that I've encountered, and kind of a little bit about the whole Tesla experience, since you guys are all going to be getting EVs too soon. Is that true? I don't know. I certainly hope not. So here it is. This is the car I replaced my 1100 horsepower charger with. This is a Tesla Model S, and it's not even a Plaid. So this is a 2021 Model S. It is not a Plaid, it's just a long range. So why did I just get a long range instead of the Plaid? Well, besides the obvious reason where the Plaid is just way more expensive and slightly less efficient, it's too fast. Like, anyone who has a Plaid, like, it's just too fast. Who are you racing? You finding Bugattis on the road to race? I don't see the point of it. With this guy, I've had decent races with Corvettes, a couple decent races with Chargers, just okay races. I mean, this car only does like high 10s, high to mid 10s, so it's not like insanely fast like the Plaid, but it is fast enough to have fun with. It's 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. One of the big advantages of the Model S over the 3s and Ys is past 100 miles per hour. The 3s and Ys are very slow. The S and X are fast still, because they have a lot more power and not a whole lot more weight. So this car, although it is not a Plaid, it is faster than any Model 3. I'm hoping that someone will call me on that and try to race, just so I can gap them. But the whole point of this thing is this is an efficient car. It's yeah, I think it's a really good replacement for the Charger, to tell you the truth. And you know, these days I don't feel like the prices are all that difficult either compared to a Charger. Like, you can save money with one of these compared to a Charger, and it's still faster and all that other good stuff. And that's one of the big points that with this whole EV adoption thing. I'm a big believer that to each his own. I don't think EVs should be forced on anyone. I think if you want an EV, you should get one. If you don't, you shouldn't have to. Like for example, California is already having problems with charging, so why they would continue trying to force everybody on EVs without a good solution to that, I don't really know. And if someone doesn't want to charge, don't force them to. Like, I mean, I don't really see the big deal. That brings me to the point of this video. So I have my truck here. So I now have three cars in the fleet. Same 3 cars as before. I got my beautiful Nissan Titan, which this is an excellent truck. I got a big ARE cap on it. It's on 35s with some black rhinos. Excellent truck. The problem with it is, as cool as it is and as awesome as it is, I never drive this thing. Like, literally almost never. It's a 2018 with 35,000 miles on it. I bought it with 18,000 miles like 4 years ago or something, and I have barely driven it. It just sits here. But the reason why it sits here is because it costs a lot to drive. So when we go out on the weekends, for example, we can take my Model S here and drive it around a couple hundred miles, and it'll probably cost me, you know, maybe $1, $2 in electricity. Or I can take my truck and get about 16 miles per gallon if I'm lucky or so. Spend 20, 30, 40 bucks, 50 bucks on driving around. And I haven't wanted to do that. And it's been years now. I haven't driven the truck all these years. Like, I'm probably putting like just a few hundred miles a year on it. And all those miles are just whenever I need to bring something heavy around. I think that brings a good point. Do you need to have a gas vehicle in case of emergencies? My general thought was yes, but now I'm stuck in this situation where I have 2 electric vehicles and a gas vehicle. The gas vehicle is my bug out truck, but I never drive it. Just sits there costing money, requiring maintenance, and I never drive it. So the logical solution would be to get a electric truck, replace one of my gas vehicles with an electric truck, like a Lightning or a Rivian or something like that. It's fine. Problem with that is, do you need gas to bug out? And I generally think yes. My idea was yes. Like, I just can't imagine trying to, hurricanes coming or something like that, nuke, whatever it is, and you're gonna hop in your Tesla with mine has up to 400 miles of range if I have it at 100%, but I almost never have it 100%. It usually sits around 80, which means I usually have, when the car's just sitting there at home charged, which it is 90% of the time, if it's at home, has about 80%, which gives it about 300 miles of range. It's like a normal car with a full tank, but that second tank is hard to get. So I don't know. It's a big conundrum, and I'm just wondering how other people deal with it. I live here in Houston where we have hurricanes. Imagine the people in Florida have the same situation. Do you just hope that you have enough electricity to go where you need to go, or do you have a gas car as a backup? I don't really know. I mean, I've had the gas car as a backup this whole time, but it's feeling like a waste now. So I'm kind of thinking about selling my truck and getting a different EV, but I'm a little scared. So I just kind of wanted to see what other people's opinions was on this whole EV transition thing. Now, again, I just wanted to keep in mind, I am not like a big person slam EVs down your throat. I was a natural one for EVs. As you guys remember, I had an ELR at one point, the Cadillac plug-in. I had a Prius. I bought the Model 3 in 2018 or 19, whatever it is. So I was always liked EVs. The Model 3 was a little bit too small for me, and I wasn't a huge fan of the Model S until they redesigned it. So now I'm a EV driver, and I'm actually quite happy driving my EV. So yeah, just wanted a quick discussion. Do you need an EV for bugging out? Do you need to have a gassed vehicle? Now, this isn't just for private people. I have a family. I have a family of 4, so it's not just me. I have kids. I have a wife. I have to worry about keeping everybody safe, not just my own self. If it was just me, it would be a non-issue. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you need gas, or can you have only EV?
Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Rubber escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. Push the gas, escalate the gauges, escalate hits on the cam girl's page.